Assalamu alaikum and welcome, ladies and gents. This is your host, Taha Hussain, on Coffee with CEO. You're listening to me on Heritage Radio 90.6 FM, on DAB Digital, on the app, and on the Alexa smart speaker. We've got a really interesting show today, and we'll be bringing in a guest. And I imagine what he has to say, a lot of you will want to listen to. If you want to get in touch, please give us a call on 0161 883 2255. That's 0161 883 2255. Or you can WhatsApp us on 07751 939 396. That's 07751 939 396. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Assalamu alaikum to those listening, and this is your host, Taha Hussain from Coffee with CEO. You're listening to us on Heritage Radio 90.6 FM. You can also listen in on DAB Digital, online on the app, and on the Alexa smart speaker. If you want to get in touch, please give us a call on 0161 883 2255. That's 0161 883 2255. Or you can text us on 07751 939 396. That's also on WhatsApp. I'm joined today by Brother Mostafa from Muslim Marriage Services. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you doing today?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you taking out the time. Brother Mostafa, what an interesting topic we have today.
Indeed.
what an interesting topic we have. Brother, do you want to start with a bit about yourself, Brother Mostafa, and then what we'll do is we'll have a chat about Muslim marriage services and see where that leads us.
Sure, a bit about myself. I'm born in Bangladesh. I came to Britain when I was 9 months old, living in Liverpool. I used to live in Manchester back in the 70s. And bit of background. My dad was an eminent ophthalmologist. My mum was an accomplished Bangla, Quran, and Arabic teacher.
Oh, mashallah.
And unfortunately, my dad died when I was 14.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you, in 1989. And that does change your life forever. Your career is never the same. I mean, if he was alive, I wouldn't be doing what I'm about to talk about.
Right.
Because everybody has a set plan in place. But when you lose fatherly guidance, things turn for the worse. You have to do things that you don't want to do. You have to deal with the tools that you have.
Yes.
And life is very difficult, and you live with it, you deal with it, and nothing will ever bring him back. But you can't lose hope.
Absolutely.
And there are other avenues to actually succeed in, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, I've worked in many places, namely Apple. I was there for over a decade, number one senior specialist in the Northwest.
Okay.
And my records will never be broken, inshallah.
Oh, mashallah. What record? Good records, bad records? What are we
Good
talking
records.
about?
£1 million a year sales.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the
Oh.
next nearest was about 500,000.
Oh, mashallah, that's
Yeah.
great. Is this B2B, B2C?
Both. I was at the Trafford Centre originally because Liverpool wasn't open until 2008.
Okay.
So I was there for just under 3 years, and I wiped the floor with everybody. I mean, you all have a bit of banter with everybody. It's good. Competition is good,
It is, yeah.
and it keeps you on your toes. And then I got the transfer to Liverpool. So I again set all the records there, and I improved store revenue by 25%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's lots of mini projects I was working on. How to actually deal with arguments not buying from Apple. Go to John Lewis. They offer a better so-called guarantee. They don't actually. John Lewis don't build a product. We do.
Right.
We market it. I mean, their service is excellent, but always buy from the place that knows it best.
Okay.
And then after that, a little bit disillusioned with life. Friends were not getting married. Most of our friends are doctors. Half of them are married. Half of them are not married. Some of them are divorced. I've been through it, so it's all on public record. Divorce is nothing to be ashamed of. It's another road that you have to figure out. It's a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster.
Certainly is.
And whatever happened in my life, and you could be married multiple times. It's nothing against you. You haven't found the right person, and don't give up. That's the thing. And I thought, well, and of course, the divorce rate doesn't help. in the UK, it's around 42% UK wide, which is similar to the British Muslim divorce rates, about 42%,
Okay.
if not 50%. So I thought, well, why is there such a problem? The masjids are not helping.
Mm.
And I've even contacted many masjids, including Britain's most important one, Abdullah Quilliam in Liverpool. They don't have any marriage services to help people get married, whether it's online or in person. They have your traditional nikah services, fine,
Okay.
but
But nothing to make those connections.
exactly. And
Right.
counseling is even more important, arguably
Yes.
now, because of the divorce rate. And have premarital and postmarital coaching. They don't offer it. The imams just won't do it. They need to be trained on it. We are crying out for help. They don't want to listen.
Okay.
They're more interested in the admin side, the leadership side, giving so sorry, I forgot what the what do you call it, khutbah.
Yes.
That's what they're interested in. The youth of today need your support. They need help,
Yes.
and they're not getting it. So I thought, well, I've got to build something, and it's still a work in progress. We launched 3 years ago with Muslim Marriage Services. It is a certified social enterprise, the only one of its kind in the world.
Okay.
And a lot of people.
What does that mean? What does
Great
certified social mean?
Great question. In the old days,
Yes.
believe it or not, okay, let me put it this way. We are very proud being Muslims, but do we know the actual history of business in Islam?
Mm.
I don't think we do. A social enterprise, by definition, is where you give money back to the community.
Right.
Legally, the way we've done it, we are certified by Social Enterprise UK. So any profit that we make, 50% has to be put back into the platform or reinvested into charity. So we are legally set up by law in that way. It's in our Articles of Association. We cannot
Okay.
change that.
Okay.
And that's the only way you're going to build trust. We still don't have people on board because this is the hardest project I've ever worked on. There are other big brands, we know who they are. And they're always about scale and volumetrics. They're not about security. We have built what is arguably the most secure marriage service in the world. We're also vetted by Yoti, who also have done trials with Heathrow Airport in the past for security. They actually featured us on a case study in January 2024.
All
They
right.
actually came to us for that. We didn't ask for it.
Okay.
They thought,
What I want to do is I want to get to all of that in a minute.
Sure.
But I want to start with the journey of this, right? Let's
Yeah.
start with the basics. So you went from Apple,
Yeah.
and you mentioned the word disillusioned by Apple. Was that Apple or disillusioned by corporate world?
Yeah, corporate world is,
Okay.
because I think a lot of people are.
Okay,
Uh,
fair point.
yeah.
So from there, how did you think I need to do something of my own?
Everybody should have a vision.
Okay.
And whether it's 10 years down the line, you're going to be successful 20 years down the line, have a vision. Nobody wants to be in a 9 to 5 job or whatever it is. Your day job is your day job, but
Well,
if you,
some do.
Yeah,
Some do.
Exactly.
It's for some people.
Yeah.
For some people, it may not be, and they might have a vision. They might have something they would want to do in the future, and they're just not, they just haven't thought about how to do it, or what the first step is. And that's important because we need to acknowledge that people have these inhibitions. They're scared of taking that first step. And hopefully, listening to this, we can help them with the first step, right? So what was your first step? How did you think, do you know what? I've had enough of this. I want to go. What was that point where you changed your mind?
obviously, I was well set.
Okay.
However, there comes a point where you feel like you're being part of the furniture.
Okay.
And I felt like that. With no disrespect to any organization, sometimes you just think, enough's enough. I need a change. I need a challenge. And yeah, money does come into it. You want to make money as well. But the bigger point is, it's about the community. There is a serious problem. And I thought, well, all these apps, they weren't coming up at that time. Now there's loads of them. In the last 3 months, there's 10 marriage services opened up. But they all do the same thing. There's nothing different about them. So I thought, well, I have to take my time. And
So why this? My question is, why this? I mean, you mentioned your friends and doctors and so on.
that was the reason why.
Was that the main trigger?
Yeah,
That
and
people around you or your experiences around marriage, divorce, and you saw there was no credible option?
Yeah.
Is that what triggered all of
Exactly, and my own situation as well.
this? Okay.
So, I mean, I left Apple in May 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the name Muslim Marriage Services secured. It's such an obvious name, nobody had it. but then you got to find the financing. Alhamdulillah, my mom gave me the financing
Right.
after a very long time.
I can imagine.
Yeah, typical doctor's wife, don't want to
Mm.
invest in business, which is
Right.
understandable.
Mm.
They want you to go with the solid route.
Okay.
So she had
What
yeah.
was becoming a doctor part of your journey at some stage, or were you?
It would absolutely would have been if my dad was alive.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when you're 14, your life is all over the place,
Mm.
and there's a lot of issues there. Counseling wasn't available at the time.
Yes.
It wasn't a very well known structure.
Mm.
Now it is, but unfortunately, in those days, you had to physically ask for bereavement support, but nobody knew where to go, and that's the problem. And now there's a lot more services in place for that.
Correct.
So I don't want anybody to go through what I did. It is horrible, and it stays with you.
It does. It does.
But it's made me who I am, and it's made me want to succeed in this service. It's the hardest project of all, and arguably the hardest industry in the world. There's a lack of trust.
Mm.
People are skeptical. We need to dismantle that distrust or mistrust, actually, we should say.
But don't you think it's that mistrust or distrust is genuine, based on what experiences people have had
Of course.
within the industry? Don't
course.
you feel that there is these parents or individuals, adults who are on platforms like these have had so many bad experiences that their distrust is not misplaced?
Yeah, it's absolutely on point.
Okay.
And there are lots of newspapers, even the Metro was a very good article on
Right.
two brands which we don't need to mention.
No, we don't need to mention
Yeah.
brands, but the point is, what do you, so just for readers who haven't experienced this yet, just tell me, what is the horizon like at the moment?
Catfishing is prevalent everywhere.
Catfishing.
Yeah,
Okay.
scamming,
Scamming.
and dodgy profiles.
Okay.
You can spot them a mile away. And the problem is, all these apps that claim they're so secure. Where's your ID check? Obviously, an ID check is not going to guarantee your character, your akhlaq, but it gives a good indication how honest a person is likely to be.
Mm.
With ours, we have a social impact payment. Everybody has to pay that, and that way we know that if you're going to pay that, you're going to go for the Yoti ID check. It's not for everybody, and that's the whole thing. If you're for everybody, no one's going to join. It has to be
Right.
targeted. Young students, professionals, people who are serious, the Gen Zs, they love this sort of thing, and it's impact driven. So we're not here to make money as such. We're not accountable to shareholders. We're accountable to the community.
Mm.
The problem with these apps, like there are some brands that offer mandatory Stripe identification, but the problem is Stripe is good for that, but it doesn't tell you what the fraud system's like. With Yoti, we go through the fraud screening. It covers absolutely everything, and that's what's important. There's not enough security given.
Okay. We'll talk. We'll get to the stage where we get into the specifics of what needs to be done and what is being done. What we'll do is take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk about the early stage, the financing, the mother involved, and other issues, and the first steps. Let's start with those, and then what we'll do is we'll get into the journey of how you thought about these features, why you thought they were important, and then hopefully from there where we are now. Okay, so don't go anywhere, guys. You're listening to Taha with CEO. Taha on Coffee with CEO. This is Heritage Radio 90.6 FM. We'll be right back after this. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Taha Hussain on Coffee with CEO. With me is Brother Mustafa from Muslim Marriage Services. Before the break, we've been discussing his sort of journey before Muslim Marriage Services and what he has done and his amazing records that he held at a particular organization. And we also discussed sort of the reasons, the rationale, the vision behind setting up what he set up. He shared, personal, but also friends and people he knew, their experiences. We've also talked about some of the shortfalls in the current landscape of this industry. What I'm now interested in, Brother Mustafa, is trying to understand your initial steps. So it's not easy for anyone to go out there and start a new business, right? We know the biggest challenge is money. It always is. But it's also a fear. Okay, what if I fail? Okay, why should I do this? I'm doing a 9 to 5. I'm earning good money. Okay, that's security. Why should I step out of that? How did you overcome these?
Great question. I got told off by a lot of the aunties.
Okay.
Why
Oh,
did you?
we love our aunties, don't
Oh
we?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, aunties
definitely.
get involved.
Even our very old friends in Bangladesh are thinking, Mustafa, what have you done?
Yeah.
Because they usually have arranged marriages anyway, but as do a lot of my friends. But
Okay.
they thought, well, those old systems don't work anymore. The
Okay.
aunties networks, the Rishta network, it doesn't work anymore. People are meeting online. Um, it is
Do you think
yeah,
it's completely redundant though?
not completely.
Okay.
I
Because
mean,
I've seen some success stories with arranged
of course.
yet, right?
But the reality is, most people are meeting online,
Okay.
whether you like it or not.
Mm.
The masjids are not helping, so the people are pushed to go online.
Why do you think the masjids are not helping?
They don't want a bad reputation if things go wrong.
Is that why?
That's one of the key reasons. But
Okay.
it's not their fault if things go wrong. I mean, they're providing a service for people to get married, and it's incumbent upon the families to discuss things pre-marriage and post-marriage. If there's an issue, sort it out yourself. Get
Mm.
counseling, and that's where we're going wrong. There's no system in place to help families
Because
in
I've
that.
seen some mosques, and very few, but I've seen some mosques have marriage boards, right? And I've seen some play a part as a hub for community. I've seen some mosques where, you know, through people you know, they are again arranged, or, I know him and he's looking for someone, and so on and so on, and these networks are made. So these are sort of unofficial ways. Officially, I've seen some mosques that have like a proper, not a proper, but like a marriage board where you can post it up and say, this is what I'm looking for. Um, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't come across like an official, an office where this is dealt with in a mosque. Have you come across that?
Yeah, I've actually mentioned this in a previous interview with Inspirited Minds. It's a Muslim mental health charity. I mentioned Birmingham Central Mosque.
Okay.
Very well known. Probably the best known masjid to offer such services, where you can register online. You
Okay.
can visit the imam or whoever's doing the admin. They have a whole list of profiles that you can look at, and that's probably the best known. So it's one of the rarer options. It is available, but you have to travel there really to actually meet them.
Okay.
There's other places, I'm sure, but there's not enough of them.
Okay. All right. So there's some mosques that are doing some good
Yeah.
work, but obviously we have a lot of mosques,
Yes.
and we have a lot of people within this age bracket,
Yes.
and they need a lot of support.
Yeah.
Okay. So why you? Why did you think about getting into this? I mean, it's not your usual career move, is it?
Definitely not.
So
It's a calculated risk, and nobody should do this unless they've actually had to go through something.
okay.
And I've been through marriage and divorce, as I mentioned in a lot of interviews. But it's something that, close to my heart. We do need these services. And yes, there are other people who've done marriage services and they're working full time and they're married. Fine. Alhamdulillah, it's fantastic. But there is a pressing need. Um, you got to have a vision, and you've got to think, well, okay, how much support can I get from my family? That's the key thing. Without family support, you're not going to go anywhere.
Okay. And that's where you mentioned your mother.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a story to that. Basically, I mean, as I mentioned before, she wasn't keen on it in the first place. I got one of my nieces and her husband, who are both engineers in Bangladesh,
Okay.
to actually have a chat with my mom. Eventually, after 3 years of trying to convince her, so she had a long chat with them. That, yeah, alhamdulillah, she gave the money initially, and I said, look, it's something I have to do. It's about my future, my vision, and I know I can do it, but you've got to give me time. It doesn't happen in 1 or 2 years. You've got to give it time. It's a very mistrustful industry.
Yes.
But that, but having said that, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to get anywhere. And I've learned a lot in business anyway. You've got to have a mentor. You cannot do it on your own.
Yes.
And my mentors are non-Muslim.
Right.
It's just the way it works. They understand the Muslim community very well, surprisingly. They
Okay.
know exactly about every industry you can absolutely think of. Um, the problem with the Muslim community, they don't want to help. They don't want to help each
Let's
other.
not generalize, but some
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Some people. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, come across a lot of people, unfortunately, and some people have helped. Some of my friends have helped me in massive ways with
Okay.
the branding, so they have been acknowledged. But um, when you're looking at a Muslim mentor, how many of them are world class?
Okay.
Not many that I know of, if any.
All
That's
right.
why you have to look at people like Martin Warner. He's actually my personal mentor. He's a world-renowned entrepreneur, and he's actually given me loads of support despite not being a Muslim, and he
Okay.
doesn't judge on that. He knows exactly what needs to be done, and I'm so grateful for that.
Okay.
But
That's good.
yeah,
I've been in that role. I've worked with people, and I agree. Mentorship is important, especially if you're a first-time entrepreneur. There are a lot of challenges that you don't foresee. A lot of places where you can slip up, and a lot of opportunities that you can miss. And having a mentor there can absolutely ease that journey for you. So, what was your first step as the entrepreneur of this venture? You got your money secured. What did you do next?
I had to look for a developer to build the site.
Okay.
So um, we searched through Bangladesh. I thought, well, okay, Bangladesh, they got some great people there, but I thought I went with India in the end because there's a lot more of them, and it's cheaper than going to Bangladesh.
Okay.
So I sought out a world-renowned company called IndusNet Technologies, and based in Kolkata, my mum's paternal town.
Okay.
So I managed to meet them 2 years ago when I was in Bangladesh for 8 months. So that was fantastic. And the cultural hub of South Asia, as they say, incredible place, full of talented people. It's like Silicon Valley. It's coming up now. It's not far behind Bangalore in terms of
Okay.
IT,
Okay.
and amazing. And having two Bengali-led organizations, uh, they know each other. They know the same language, the culture. They build these sites all day, every day, and amongst other things for the government as well. So very well regarded. So yeah, having that initial video call with my initial contact, very important. And with anybody who's building a visionary product like
Mm.
this, whatever the situation, whatever the industry, try and meet the development team if you possibly can, because it makes the relationship much better. It's much
Okay.
stronger.
Okay. So from the website, what was next? Branding, marketing?
Branding, yeah, this is where you need more than just a mentor. So you have like, and if you've got like explainer videos, I actually co-wrote the video script with a renowned writer called Adrian Reynolds. He actually wrote some of the episodes for the Doctor series on BBC,
Okay.
and he's
The
really good.
the Doctor Who series, you mean?
Doctors.
Doctor
Yeah,
series.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. I
yeah,
was going to say, okay.
yeah.
All right.
And he's done other things as well for a lot of people. So
Okay.
anybody who does script writing or does film editing, they know each other. So we created this fantastic cartoon explainer. The script is excellent and very on brand in terms of what Muslim marriage is all about. And this is where I think a lot of Muslim creativity isn't shown.
Hmm.
We need more of those people,
Okay.
people who can do cartoons and film editing. I'm sure there are there. Please make yourself known.
Okay. Okay. And then from all of this, what was the next step? When was the launch then? How long did it take you? So you said 2019?
We founded in 2018.
2018, sorry.
We launched in 2023.
So 4 years, well, 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
But there's a transition involved. So 3 years was just basically convincing my mum.
Okay. Yep, we got, and then
Yeah.
2 years
Development, R&D.
R&D
Yeah.
development,
Yeah.
and then launch
Yeah, launch.
was 2023.
Three.
All right. So how did the launch go?
Launch is going to be slow as expected
Okay.
because it's a new brand. People think, who are these guys?
Okay.
Which is fair.
That's not
Yeah. And, it's a good thing that, new brands are coming up, but what are they actually offering? We're offering something completely different philosophy, It's about social enterprise. And that's why people don't understand what that means. And that's why we explain what it means, giving back to the community. Like in the old days, masjids would used to do waqf, where you give back to the community. The shops
Yes.
would give back. We've lost that. We don't even know what it means now. We need to come back to that Islamic teaching. And that's where I believe only a social enterprise can do this properly. It's about
Okay.
the trust.
Okay. Let's explore this a little bit further. Social enterprise. Now, what you said earlier was that 50% of all your profits have to go either have to be reinvested into this platform, or those same 50% has to go to a charity within the community.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the rest of the 50%? That goes into the business. Is that how this works?
Obviously, salaries have to be paid out.
No, but
Yeah.
profits. So
Profits, yeah.
So you have your revenue.
Yeah.
You have your expenses. Salaries are paid out, but the remaining 50% of the profit, because you mentioned profits, right? Not
Yeah.
revenue.
Yeah.
So remaining 50% of the profits, is that dedicated to the directors, or how does that work?
We're not allowed to make excessive amounts of money on that because
Okay.
it's written in our papers. So that's the key point. It's about community. And that's what the social enterprise is all about. If it's a non-profit, and we are a non-profit, but we are socially driven, we're impact driven. It is about giving back to the community because they need it. We don't need to be earning a £500,000 a year. What's the point? You know, it's not gonna, what's that going to do for me? What the community needs is trust. And a lot of these apps are profit driven, if not all of them. What are they actually giving back? Yeah, you can say I've given this for charity, but they all do that. But it's about corporate responsibility. We all have that, but a social enterprise is regulated by Social Enterprise UK anyway,
Right.
and we can't lose that status.
And because you keep saying it's certified and
Yeah.
it's the only certified one, is
Yeah.
that a big thing to get that certification?
It's not easy.
Okay.
So initially, we had a standard Articles of Association because I wasn't aware there was actually a Social Enterprise UK regulator at the time. I thought, well, I never heard of it. So I looked into it. I thought, actually, that's exactly what we need. And I drew up the papers myself online. There's a really cool website that can do that. It's called Purposely. And there's like 4 different versions of social enterprise. But the one that we need is number 4, model 4. And we went with that, and it's all being done. Company's House, they accept it. So it's all black and white.
Okay, good. So if anyone wanted to read this on Company's House, they could go and read your Articles of Association.
Yeah.
And those will state what you've just said
Exactly.
about your donations
Yeah.
to social causes locally.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff. So now, what we'll do is we'll take a quick break. And in the next segment, link, what I want to discuss with you is this idea about security check, ID check that you mentioned earlier. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to come back and talk about one of the key USPs of this is this ID check right after this break. Thank you, Taha Hussain on Coffee with CEO. This is Heritage Radio 90.6 FM. We are on DAB Digital, online on the app, and on the Alexa smart speaker. If you want to get in touch and talk to Brother Mostafa, please get in touch and call us on 0161 883 2255. That's 0161 883 2255. Or you can text us on 07751 939 396. That's on WhatsApp. And you can send us messages. We've got WhatsApp open here as well. Brother Mostafa is here from Muslim Marriage Services. Brother Mostafa, before the break, we had a chat about the sort of beginnings, your background. We've talked about the beginnings. We've also talked about the sort of current landscape and how there's a lot of issues with those and trust and your journey. Let's talk about why this is different, right? You mentioned the social impact, social service side of this and certification, which you mentioned was quite difficult to get. You talked about the openness of your Articles of Association on Company's House. You've discussed that also, which is for anyone to go and read. You also mentioned something earlier about the ID verification, which you think is your USP, like a unique selling point. Tell me a bit about this ID stuff. What's going on here?
It's very good, and a lot of people think, what's it all about? Basically, I I like it to describe as like airport level security,
Okay.
but not like having to wait in a massive queue. It's about fairness in checking.
Okay.
Anybody can say I'm this, I'm that, but an ID check actually proves who you are. That's key because nobody wants to be catfished. There's horror stories all over the place. We all know that. So we can try and minimize that as much as possible. So if somebody,
Just to clarify,
yeah,
not eliminate, but minimize.
yeah, I mean, to eliminate something, virtually, you can say virtually eliminated because it's very, very difficult to bypass the Yoti system.
Okay.
I mean, nothing's impregnable, but we can certainly minimize it as much as possible.
So what checks are performed?
Uh, Obviously, you got Yoti checks. So, for example, I mean, there is a video that I made on our social channels to actually show the workflow. So you can have a passport, a driving license. You could have an Aadhaar card from India or an NID from Bangladesh, whatever country you're living in. We can accept official government ID, and that will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, 99.99% that that is exactly who you are. And when I do the admin, because it's just me at the moment, my co-founder, he's an engineer, he doesn't do that, I do it. So we can actually check at which stage the customer is at, and then Yoti will definitively say approve or reject. We have final override, but Yoti will know automatically if that person's legit or not.
Okay.
And it goes for the fraud screening as well.
Okay. Is there a DBS or?
Great question.
Right.
Yoti actually do DBS. We can't do that. And to be honest, I wouldn't make it mandatory. Otherwise, no one's going to join. But what we do offer is DBS optional upload and external other documents.
Okay.
So that's if people really want that, we'll give them additional verification level.
Okay. So you could if you, as an option, an enhanced or a DBS can be.
It has to be
uploaded.
enhanced.
Okay,
Yeah.
it has to be enhanced, and
Yeah.
that's uploaded as well.
If people want that, yeah.
If people want that.
Yeah.
Okay. And this, how quick is this process, this verification? Is that instant? Does it take a couple of days?
It can take usually less than 2 minutes.
Okay,
It's
so
very
pretty
quick.
instant.
Very quick, yeah.
And then, as a user, imagine I'm a user. I'm not. Okay, making very clear for people listening at home. I'm not a user. No intention of being a user. But let's imagine for a second. Hypothetically, I'm a user. I log in. The first step is I've got to create an account, and then I've got to get this verification done and make a payment.
There's one. The payment comes before the ID check.
Okay.
That proves your initial intent.
Okay.
If you're serious,
And
you
the
won't have an
payment
issue.
is
At the moment, it's £2.50.
okay. So minimal. It's
yeah.
pretty standard.
That just covers the ID check.
Okay.
Because we get charged for that.
Okay.
And the reason we do charge social impact fee, people have to take responsibility for their own safety.
Okay. So this £2.50.
£2.50.
£2.50
at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah.
That's the initial payment.
That's for onboarding, yeah, with the ID check.
Okay. But that's going away for the checks, right? What are you getting?
Sorry.
So that's the cost for the check,
Yeah,
right?
that's right, yeah.
So my question is, how do you keep the lights on? Because that's a very, very low cost.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the operational essential running costs. Obviously, there are other costs in behind. We do have optional upgrades. And we have, the base level is social impact membership.
okay.
So everybody starts with that. Essentially, it's a free membership apart from the social impact fee.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I mean, it's, I don't want to minimize 250, but let's be frank, 250 isn't a lot of money.
True.
And that's just covering the costs of that security check or whatever.
Yep.
But that's your basic, in other words, you've got sort of this free membership other than your
Yeah.
security check. And that gets you onto the platform, I imagine.
Yeah, you can show interest. You can take part in the Big Five personality quiz. That is free.
Okay.
You can even contact me. There's no issue there. I'm very visible on our social channels.
Okay.
And this is the key thing. We want people to be approachable on our team. Whereas,
Okay. And then from there, do you have, because I imagine then there's going to be add-on services that you can then purchase?
Yeah. We have a plans called Zenith Premium plans.
Okay.
And believe it or not, we've even trademarked those plans.
Okay, brilliant.
Because it's about the branding. That's what makes it different. If we just call ourselves gold, silver, platinum, everybody's got that. It has to mean something to the community. And we were very careful with the branding, social impact membership, Zenith premium plans, and we got a couple of other trademarks as well.
Okay, so then you buy this, and what happens when someone buys these additional?
They get video calls, they get the messaging option, and they do get exclusive savings with our legal partners as well.
By legal partners, do you mean lawyers who can help
Yes.
with contracts or prenups?
Prenups, definitely.
Prenups, okay.
Yes.
And why do you think prenups are important?
Well, it's easy to get married, but staying married is a different thing altogether, and people don't really realize what actually involved. A prenup's important. For example, a lot of women don't want the husband to get married to a second wife,
Okay.
which is understandable, and especially in the West, it wouldn't be allowed anyway.
Yes.
But they can have it in a condition in the nikah. That's no issue. And our resident female Sharia scholar, Samara Iqbal, she can help out with her team. Rama's Law is a very renowned law firm, and I'm not going to say the amount of savings are available, but it's there for anybody who wants to upgrade.
Okay. So these are these additional services, and then
Yes.
you can. All right. So you mentioned video call and voice call and
Yes,
that sort of thing. I imagine that's because people don't want to share their mobile number. Because if
exactly.
they did, then they would need those. But on the platform, they have the
It's private,
opportunity
yeah.
private, without sharing their details.
Yeah.
They can still have a video call and a
Yeah.
voice call for introductions.
Yeah.
Okay. What about parents or guardians? How do are they involved in this process?
They can be.
Okay.
A lot of sites make it mandatory. Personally, I don't agree with it because what if a sister doesn't have a guardian? She has to go to the imam or someone close by if she doesn't have family. So it's unfair to say a sister must have a guardian. We make it optional. But the key thing with that is we call it dynamic guardian, spelled with an IQ. It's very clever, and we trademarked that as well. So, for example, if a sister was interested in a brother, both sides could have a guardian attached, and both guardians would have their own dashboard. They can see each other ward members' account status, profile, video profile, everything, even the
Okay.
notes written. So
Okay.
complete transparency. And the key thing about the chat is if something is typed down, it's not going to get deleted. So be careful what you write down.
Okay. Good. So again, there's a lot of security there.
Yeah.
So how? Just to sort of wrap this up, I want to know what's been so far. It's from 2023 to now. We're 3 years in. How has this gone so far?
It's been a work in progress.
Okay.
I'm being transparent about this. The first 3 years were about blogging, getting the credibility.
Okay.
The last 12 months have been about the depth, the trust, about 12 months of video content. And so we are ready to onboard our founding 200 members, people who can shape the actual service. We don't want just anyone. We could have 50,000 people. I don't want that. I want the first initial cohort who can actually say, okay, this is what we can have, fine, we'll take it on board. We want feedback. It's the only way to improve the service. And people can speak to me, they can email me. I'm always open for communication. That's the key thing. And if anybody wants to volunteer, they can do. So
Okay.
it's about being transparent from the start. So yeah, we are very honest in terms of what we're looking for, the right kind of member.
Okay. And where do you see this going from today onwards? Let's say the next 5 years.
Inshallah, we'll have an app at some point. The key thing is about growth. No point having an app when we have to look at growth first. App can come later on. And also, a lot of the guardians may not be using a mobile phone. They prefer an iPad or a computer. So we have to bear that in mind. So we're going to have like a website and a separate app. So there'll be a combination of both for people to use in the future.
Okay. Good. And if anyone wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
They can email me at Mostafa, that's Mostafa at muslimmarriage.global, or info at muslimmarriage.global, or they can DM me on our social channels.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Brother Mostafa, I want to say it's been a pleasure. It's been good to have you here. Very good to know about all of this and the work that you're doing and the social side of this. It's good to know all of this, and I hope for people listening, it's also interesting that I mean, hopefully they're part of the founding members. Hopefully they found this different to the options that are available right now. Um, I want to wish you all the very best with this. I hope you achieve your targets and far beyond with the intentions that you have. And I just want to say thank you for coming to us today.
Thank you, brother, for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank
Right,
you.
guys, you've been listening to Brother Mostafa, from Muslim Marriage Services. His website is muslimmarriage.global. If you want to have a look, it's a nice website. I've got it open here, very colorful, and it's got loads of information about. And he mentioned those videos as well. It's very good to sort of see how you can protect yourselves from scammers, fake profiles. So feel free to have a look at this as well. You're listening to Taha Hussain on Coffee with CEO. Until next week, take care. Assalamu alaikum.